Hi everyone and welcome back to Authentic Worth Publishing, bringing worth back into you through storytelling and book writing. It feels like it's been a while, but I want to thank my new subscribers for following us on this platform. You are so welcome, and I'm really hoping that you are enjoying all the content and the video that we have so far. As always, to our returning subscribers, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. I salute you all. I've been noticing that there's been a lot of interest in the recent book launch video that I did a while back, and I'm really grateful and thankful that those who have been commenting on that video has been finding it really beneficial. I've seen that some of you have gone on to have your own book launches and publishing your own novels and books. It is encouraging to see, and I really believe and pray that it is going exceedingly well for you all. In the meantime, I want to talk about why self-publishing your book is so beneficial for the community. At times, if we're not careful, we can think that self-publishing doesn't have value. I remember CreateSpace, and for those who do remember CreateSpace, please leave a reaction in the comment section. CreateSpace via Amazon was the plug. When I published my two books in 2016 and 2017, It's Time to Heal and Completion, that was what I used. As a new self-published author, I didn't know any other platform. All I knew was CreateSpace, which then transitioned into KDP, which is also known as Kindle Direct Publishing. With CreateSpace, I found it really easy to navigate the process of uploading. And up till now, this is what many people are doing. They're self-publishing. They're being intentional about their story, and they want to bring value to their communities. And this is why self-publishing should never be underestimated, no matter where you are in the season of writing. If you remember the video that I did a while back about the differences between traditional publishing and self-publishing, I'm going to link it down in the comment section below and above so that you can watch it in your own time. But there's such a tendency to think that one is better than the other. And although they both have their pros, they also have their cons as well. Your self-publishing journey is a big advantage to your community. Why is that? Because as a self-published author, you have the right to promote and market your book the way you see fit. But you firstly need to identify your audience. If you don't know your audience, if you don't know the people that you've been called to serve with your story, you will assume that everyone needs to have your book. And you must understand that even though not everybody will buy your book, it's not anything to do with you. We need to realize that people consume things that they need. And readers buy books that they need for the season that they're in. For example, when I'm in a season of learning about business growth, I invest in books about business. And I invest in founders as well who have really mastered the art of what it means to have a sustainable business. To say that we are now coming up to 7 years in running Authentic Worth has only been because of how we understand our clients and the community at present. And that's the way we grow. We also have grown because we ask questions. Don't be afraid to speak to someone that you know who is an author and find out how was their journey. What were the fun moments? What were the challenging moments? It's so important that even when you're being interviewed, whether it be by a publisher or a literary agent, you discuss the purpose behind the book, but also what led you to write it. And as you speak, people will start picking up on certain keys that they can resonate with. This is why I stand on book launches so much, that when you have a book launch, it really makes a big difference to your book and to the self-publishing journey. Most people, unfortunately, when they have a book, the one thing that they want to do is just to upload it and leave it there and assume that people will buy it, let alone even find it. But we know that's not always the case. When you have a valuable story to share, you dare not just leave it online. You create community and you build that rapport of people that can help you and join your vision. That book that you've written, that story that you've hidden for a while, someone needs to know about it. There are many people right now who needs to know your story. As an author of 8 books, every single book that I have published are different. And I'm not saying that it comes overnight, no. My first book took 2 good years to write, whilst the others took less than a year. And in that process of writing, I started seeing how can this chapter resonate with certain people in a certain season? How can I enhance the introduction? Who can I ask to help me write the forward contribution? Writing a book is teamwork. Self-publishing a book is also teamwork. Even though, yes, the word self is there, you still have to hire people. For those who desire to hire an editor or a proofreader, or if you want to do everything yourself, that's fine, although it's going to be a lot of work, but it is possible. But as an established writer and an author, I do encourage you to invest. Invest in a book cover designer. Invest in an editor. Invest in a copy editor. Invest in a proofreader, or even PR if you can. Don't think that this great book that you have can just be done by oneself. There's only so much you can do by yourself. But when you have a group of people that you can work with, it makes all the difference. This is why it's important to be intentional about the research that you do regarding self-publishing. Do you know the industry trends? Are you up to date with what's going on right now? At my previous speaking engagement at the London Book Fair in March, I spoke about the theme preparing for publication. And I'm going to also link the video for you to watch in your own time as I give you a brief synopsis into what I spoke about and the importance of what it is to self-publish. We had speakers from traditional publishing to publicists to self-publishing to audiobooks to mentorship to coaching. So many different areas that goes into a book. As a self-published author, there's nothing to be intimidated about. Because we have to remember that with traditional publishing, it can take time. And we know that it is a very selective process. And even though your book may not be selected, it does not mean that your book is not valuable. There are self-published books that can go further, and that is by visiting your local bookstores. That is by building relationships with the owners and finding out what books are selling. The more you develop and establish a relationship with those around you, the more they are likely to take you to places that you thought you never would go. And that's exactly what happened to me when my mentor, who helped me all throughout last year, recommended me to be a speaker at the London Book Fair. Now, if I didn't get to know my mentor at the time, I would have missed out on this opportunity to meet other people. That's why with self-publishing, you should never hide your story. You should be confident and bold to speak about what you've learned about the journey. There are most self-published authors who can write more than X amount of books, and you can be selected for just one of them. You could be selected to speak in another country. You just don't know where that book will take you. And that's why I don't encourage anyone to underestimate their book right now. And I encourage you that no matter how many sales you have, remember to finish a book is a big achievement that should never be taken for granted. There are some people that want to write a book, but they don't know where to start. There are some people who might struggle, maybe with confidence or writer's block. But if you are a writer who can write fluently, then don't take that opportunity for granted. In that case, you can help someone who may be feeling a bit low, or may have struggles with their writing, or may not think that the book is valuable enough. Ladies and gents, your story will always be valuable, no matter where you are right now. And this is why we encourage you to join in the one-to-one coaching sessions each month that we provide. You check our website on authenticworth.com/testimonials. You will see all our testimonials that we've had, from our one-to-one consultations to our one-to-one coaching sessions to book launch services. You can see that every author has benefited from how we provide a service to them. For those who may be deciding whether they want to traditionally publish or self-publish, I'm going to read a quick overview of the benefits about self-publishing. So self-publishing offers authors significant creative control, faster publication timelines, and the potential for higher royalty rates compared to traditional publishing. Authors retain ownership of their work and have flexibility in pricing, marketing, and distribution strategies. This independence allows authors to reach wider audiences and build a direct relationship with their readers. If there's anything that I want to highlight in this, is the relationship that you have with your readers. Those who buy your book, you have to honor them. One of our authors, Hannah, who published her first children's book, she had her first purchase from a reader in Sweden. It was so beautiful to see that not only did this person give a review, but to see that a book can go global and you don't even know who will buy it. And that's because she had the faith to believe that her book will be a success. Remember, not everyone is going to get your book, and you have to be okay with that. That doesn't negate the fact that you're still a successful writer. Even if you don't feel like a successful writer, you have finished your book. That deserves a round of applause. That manuscript that has been taking all of your time, you've now finished it. You sent it over to an editor. You sent it over to get it proofread. And they give you feedback on how to enhance it. This could be taken out. This could be left in. Maybe you could add a bit more information here. All constructive for your good. The beauty of self-publishing gives you that flexibility to set your pricing. Pricing is very important when it comes to a book. Only you know the value of the work you've put in. And that's why at Authentic Worth, we really encourage our authors to set the price. We may have a rough indication of what a book should cost, but as the author, as the owner of their story, we want you to be confident and intentional about what you believe the book should be valued at. But not only at the pricing, it's how you market it. Before people buy your book, they buy you. They observe you. They wonder, can I fit well with this person? Does this person share the same values with me? Am I comfortable around this person? Will this person make me shine? These are all the things that people and consumers are looking at when it comes to working with a publisher or getting someone to buy a book from them. So don't take these things for granted, because before you invest in something, you want to know that you are compatible with the person that you're working with. I encourage you, when it comes to self-publishing, know that your voice is going to benefit those around you as long as you know how to do it. Even though you've got social media, you can also benefit from offline marketing. And what's that? It's about building up a pipeline of people who can sign up to your newsletters. It's very important that you engage with your community outside of social media. If, let's say, for example, you want to take a break from a specific social platform that you're really popular on, where can people find you? On your emailing list. Or having a one-to-one, meeting up for a coffee. Even though personally, I would prefer hot chocolate. But to be honest, that is what it's about, building that relationship with your community. When I started building Authentic Worth, most of my consultations before COVID came were in person, and they were so good. But now, because of COVID, and because so many people are moving out of London, we now have to do it online. And we don't have to necessarily just stick online. Of course, there are opportunities to meet in person, which I will always encourage, especially as a first-time author. But if you can do it online and have a meeting, by all means. Just know that your story is valued, whether you speak about it in person to a publisher or you speak about it online to a publisher. They will hear you and they will give you feedback and advice on what you can do to improve. We've got our upcoming author that is soon to be published, which we are so excited to be sharing very soon. So please watch this space. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. We want you to be in the know of how our authors are doing on their journeys. Just remember that publishing your book is essential for your community. When you publish a book, remember that you have all the time in your hands to make sure that it is to an excellent standard. To wrap up, These are some of the benefits as to what self-publishing can provide for you. And I want you to know that it is providing a bigger advantage than you will ever know. So don't underestimate your publishing journey. Even though it may feel slow and you may not get the results straight away, it doesn't mean that people are not watching you. This is why your social platforms needs to always be consistent and clean and crisp. In the meantime, I want to thank you for watching. And for those of you who are yet to write their first books, what are you considering? Is it self-publishing? Is it traditional publishing? Is it a hybrid? If so, do let us know. Many thanks for watching this video. And until next time, I'll see you in the upcoming video. Take care and all the best with your writing journey. Bye-bye.